sun is rising on the sacred ground, and broken promises were sung all around. It came upon us, took us all by surprise, but we would live on, but so many would die. Something happened to us. Oh, the separation of us took its toll. You're free to live your own life. I'm not telling you how. You can lead with your own heart, and you'll find your way out. Taking a chance could be a compromise. You lift up your whole life and just try to survive. We breathe in strength and we marched on wickedness, betrayed and forsaken. We cannot concede to this. Something happened to us. Oh, the separation of us took its toll. You're free, always free, and you can lead with your heart. All around the fire, many stories are told, how they lied and twisted us up, put the truth on hold. You're free, always free. Yes, you're free, always free, and you can leave with your heart. You're free to find God. Yes, you're free to find God anytime. Welcome, everybody. Feel free to sing along if you like. Pick up your fellow man, lend him a helping hand, put a little love in your heart. You see it's getting late, oh please don't hesitate, put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait and you see another day goes by, still the children cry, put a little love in your heart. If you want the world to know we won't let hatred grow, and put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait and you see, yes you'll see. Take a good look around, and if you're looking down, put a little love in your heart. I hope when you decide kindness will be your guide, put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait See, put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart each and every day. Put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart. I said now put a little love in your heart now. And put a little love in your heart. Do it today.
Yay, Ray. Thank you, Ray. Can I take this out? Okay, good. It's easier. That was great. And that first song was yours. You wrote that first one, didn't you? Okay. God is in this place. The presence abides within our hearts and minds. It has brought us together, those who are here with us in person and those who are tuned in our live stream. We are all one beloved community, for there is no time nor space in the mind of God. There is just the here and the now. And how beautiful it is to come deeply into the center of our hearts and to feel the love that is expressing always, for pure spirit alive within us all is manifesting through us in every thought and feeling and every action. And so as we come together as a community, we give thanks for our ability to lift each other up, to remember who we are, to remember the principle upon which our beautiful philosophy began. And so we come with our hearts open and our minds clear, with a readiness simply to love each other and to listen deeply to the center of our own hearts, where God abides in fullness. And so this is how we start. We give thanks, we give great and glorious thanks, accepting the truth that sets us free and keeps us free. And so we release this word of truth for the perfect law of mind and give thanks it's already complete. Will you join with me in saying, and so it is. Hello, everybody. I am so happy to welcome you today in Fly Eagles. I know that's happening right now. And that's good. We'll find out about it later. And if I notice you looking on your phones, I'll understand what it is you're looking at. This is the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living. We are so pleased. I'm not going to embarrass you, but I'm so pleased we have a whole family here from Lancaster. And we are very, very happy to welcome you. It's just a wonderful community, our beloved community, the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living. And as many of you know, here she comes, as many of you know, when we left our place in Paoli, that we began to have a lot of people online. We do live streaming every Sunday at 1 o'clock, and it is available, so we can look at it later if we happen to be, at a sports event or something. Not too many of you went out of town for this one, though, did you? And so we're very grateful to have our extended community. We're very grateful to have Ray Adkins as our music director and always inspiring us. So thank you all for being here, those who are with us on the live stream. We are a community that teaches the science of mind, the beautiful principles that our beloved Dr. Ernest Holmes brought together in a synthesis in such a way that it's a beautiful spiritual activity that expresses itself in a very practical way. We have spiritual tools. Thank you for those spiritual tools, Dr. Holmes. And he was very clear that he didn't make any of this up. He simply looked at the finest minds and hearts, philosophers, theologians, the mystics, all religions, bringing together something that we can use in our daily lives, not only for ourselves and our families, each other here in our community where we love lifting each other up, walking together in those times that are a little challenging, walking together in those times that we're not just walking but dancing, because it's a pretty wonderful thing to celebrate. And so this is what we do. we apply these tools to our lives, to our loved ones' lives. And we know in using this affirmative, beautiful, wonderful philosophy that we learn to think straight and that we make a difference in the world. And we're so grateful to remember that we're not the only ones doing this, that we have the ability to connect very deeply. There's only one mind, right? It's God's mind. It's your mind, it's my mind. And we think in it and we live in it. And let us continue to use these beautiful tools to make a difference in our lives, in our loved ones' lives, and in the world itself. Thank you so much. And we belong to a greater organization called Centers for Spiritual Living. And its home office is located in Colorado, and we join together with so many of our ministers, practitioners, and congregants all over the world. Isn't it great to know that we do have centers all over the world, in Europe, in Africa, in South America, in Mexico, and even in the United States. And we're very grateful that we are part of a larger community. We have a mission statement, a vision statement that we share with them. And I'm going to invite you to say with me our mission, which is awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence. And just take a minute and look around the room and see the magnificent spiritual beings that are pretending to be humans. Okay, and there's also the vision, which is, this is what we're here to do. We're here to co-create a world that works for everyone, or as we like to say, a world that works for all the planet, all the planets, all the sentient beings, and we're very grateful. We also have a statement that we use right here that we developed in our community, and I invite you to say it with me if you care to. It's our purpose statement: living, loving, learning, spirituality that works. That's good. You did a great job. Now I'm going to ask you if you would like to sing our opening song, which is I Remember. If you'd like to stand, you may. You can fill up your lungs better that way. If you prefer to stay seated, that's okay too. This is a place of choices. All right.
I remember that God and I are one. I remember that God and I are one. There's only one power, there's only one power, that power and I are one. I remember that God and I are one. I remember that you and I are one. I remember that you and I are one. There's only one power, there's only one power, that power and I are one. I remember that you and I are one. I remember that God and I are one. I remember that God and I are one. There's only one power, there's only one power, that power and I are one. I remember that God and I are one.
Job with that. Thank you. And thank you, Ray. Nice. Now this is the time that I have a short little message for Well, I was going to say the shorter people, but some of our teens are not short. This is for our kids who are watching online and those who we're graced to have with us today. So, don't you love it when some of us adults, supposedly, will say things to you or ask you a question like, "Well, how's school?" Or, "What did you learn today?" Huh? Well, sometimes there are things we've learned that we really are excited about sharing. And other times, maybe not so much. I loved school. I was one of those kids who loved school, and I loved learning. And, you know, this is the benefit of our teens. We've got some 17-year-olds. We have a 16-year-old here today. That I really liked high school. I had a good time in high school. I've had people tell me they didn't. Oh, there's one now. But I love to learn. And you know what? We learn all of our lives. And I have found that I learn from you. I learn from my children. I learn from my grandchildren. And I have continued to grow in deepen in understanding, which is a very important part of learning. I want to learn something, I want to understand it by getting some knowledge. Then I want the knowledge to grow into some very useful wisdom. You know, like I thought I was doing a good job with my kids when they were little, because I made sure that there was always plenty of good food. I cooked and I baked and I not only scrubbed the floors, but we had hardwood floors, so I would wax them and polish them. I thought that was a very important part of being a mother. You know, it would have been a lot more important if I'd spent more time learning from my kids by sitting longer with them, not asking them, how's school, or what are your favorite subjects, but, you know, you're really special to me. Let me ask you what you're experiencing right now. I saw something recently about a good way to help a kid relieve and understand and remember how loved he or she is. It was something like, I love every hair I love you. I love you more than every hair on every teddy bear. You know, and so I continued to learn, and I remember when my first grandchild was born, and she's now 36, but when she was tiny, I learned so much from her, because she saw the world brand new, and it helped me see through new eyes. I see through your eyes when you're growing up, and you see the wonders of this world. I am learning all the time. I remember when Stephanie was so tiny that she would be smelling flowers in my garden when I had the joy of taking care of her. And it was like I learned how to smell a flower all over again. So I want to thank you kids and you teens for continuing to teach me. I'm never going to stop learning. And thank you for being my teachers. And so it is. Well, thank you. All right, so now we've got some announcements. I'm excited to introduce a member of our board, Linda Moose. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Can you believe October is coming? Well, if you haven't got your September, you still have time for the October Science of Mind book. And for those of you that have never tried it, there's a daily little thing to read every day. So it's nice to read something inspirational. So our Dr. Maxine is an author, if you didn't know, and her book is called Alive and Ageless. And I took her class many years ago, gave that book away. Now I have to reorder it, so I'll order 2, so I'll have another one to give away. That is starting this Thursday night, October 2nd, 4 Thursdays in October. And it's starting at 6:30, and the price is love offering. So sign up. The next thing we have is October 4th, this Saturday evening, Malvern is having their Oktoberfest. So a bunch of us are going to go and have some fun. Diane or Trish can help you if you're interested. Our full moon with our Diane Wilson will be held October 5th, Sunday, at the Inspirational Cafe. Nibbles and New Thought will be October 13th at 6:30 at Anthony's Italian Restaurant. So thanks for everybody who brought goodies, and happy September, and go Eagles.
Fly, fly, Eagle, fly. Thank you. Thank you, Linda.
A little backstory on this song. It started last Sunday. Reverend Mike asked me if I could put music to Psalm 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. I said, well, let me see what I can do. So anyway, in my studio, which is the size of a closet, it's only 5 feet by 8 feet. And I like it that way so I don't get distracted. But I have to open the door every now and then so I can let some air in. It's helpful. So, especially when you're singing, you're using up all the oxygen. So I started to work with this. I went into meditation, a little prayer, and started to work with this. And that little room became really big. So, and I realized that I was in the presence of God. It felt that way. And it was very humbling when you experience that. It's like, whoa, this is powerful. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. A greater stillness steals over me. I am quiet and peaceful, alone with thee. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. I put all my trust and confidence alone in the stillness of thy presence. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. My whole being is quiet in this place. I realize thy presence is thy face. Be still and know I am God. Be still and know I am God.
In the sweet, sweet stillness of spirit, the quietness, the serenity, comes power, a loving power, a wise presence, underlying all events in our lives or in the world is a loving, sustaining, harmonious, peaceful power and presence. It is divine. It is the eternal reality never disturbed, always present, always loving, always giving generously of itself. And so in the stillness, let's allow ourselves to feel and know and experience the sweetness of Spirit. God alive within us. Where there is one life, God's life. It is perfect. It is complete. And it is our lives. None other. There is no other. And so we are still. And we are still being loved. And we are still being guided. And the sweet Spirit within sings its song of love and harmony, serenity and power, great power. We listen, and in the stillness, we are moved into each perfect new step that is that which is given to us to do. And we do it with gladness, coming from the stillness into divine activity. And we know that all is well, truly, truly, all is well.
Be still and know I am God. Be still and know I am God. 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 Sing with me. I am God. I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good, I didn't say good morning. My name is Sarah Funk. I am a licensed religious science practitioner with the Centers for Spiritual Living. And today we're talking about learning, so I have some quotes here. Education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think. So says Albert Einstein. And education isn't how much you have committed to memory, or even how much you know. It's being able to differentiate between what you do know and what you don't know. That's from Anatole, France. In education, the life of the mind proceeds gradually from scientific experiments to intellectual theories to spiritual feeling, and then to God, says Kahlil Gibran. So I will do this treatment in the first person, and please take it for yourself if you so desire. There is only one power, one source of divine intelligence, and that source is God. That source lives within me and with each and every one of us. God has given us all that we need. And as we move forward, as I move forward, I do so knowing there is always more to learn. It's like when I throw a pebble in the lake and it ripples out. Each of those ripples is a new opportunity to learn more, to go deeper into my spiritual life, deeper into the beauty that is God. Oh, for this I am so deeply grateful and thankful. How wonderful it is to have this gift and to use it. I know this is the truth. I am grateful that it is so, and I release this treatment into God's holy law, knowing it is acted upon and done, and together we say, and so it is. And the affirmation today is, I am powerfully propelled forward in wisdom and love to learn and grow as I delight in becoming.
Driven by love, peace and understanding, given a pass so the door opens wide, lifting the ones who mistakenly spun out of control with acts of love. We're only here for a while, and many miles we walk together, forgiving the undeserving ones. We become the better, 'cause we don't make it till everyone makes it home again with acts of love. Wherever you go, show some empathy and look for signs and opportunities for all of those, for all of these acts of love. Chasing time, the little you've got, and setting aside who's worthy and who's not. Then you would know which way to go, where you're needed the most, with acts of love. Be the kind of man that takes another hand to the promised land. You may be the only one who can. Don't hold on to things. Let go of those things. Get over yourself with an act of love. Wherever you go, show some sympathy and look for signs and opportunities for all of those, for all of these acts of love.
And gentlemen, Ray Adkins, that was another original song. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're amazing, Ray. Wow, it's good to see you folks out there today. and online. It's good to see you. So, continual spiritual learning. Yeah. Well, that's one thing I found is that we have to do in life, whether you're a religious scientist or anything else. And for me, continued spiritual, oh, hi, Cheryl, it's good to see you. Is for me, some of the continual spiritual learning is learning, it's not just about data, it's not just about information, it's learning how to apply what we learn. I mean, we take a look at our mission and our goals and our purposes and awakening humanity to a spiritual magnificence. Isn't that beautiful? That's a nice thought, but how do we do that? Well, what we teach is the way we do it is first by awakening ourselves. Whoa! It's kind of hard to awaken humanity when we're not awake ourselves. So how do we awake ourselves? And then a world that works for all. How do we create a world that works for all? And then living, loving spirituality that works. Yeah, it's true, when you work it. What I'm saying is that we have to apply this in our lives, and we have to take this into the world by first showing it in our own lives. We can't tell other people what they're doing or they should be doing unless we're practicing it ourselves. Darn. I love that song that Ray sang, "Put a little love in your heart." You know, in today's society, maybe it's just me, but it seems like there's a lot of stuff out there. In the news, in the radio, even in the newspapers, and it's just a background of yuck going on. Whether it's articulated or not, it just doesn't feel good. Am I the only one? I don't think so. So how do we deal with that? And part of what I want to share is how to deal with that. If we spent 6 minutes a day thinking about God, and we spend 16 hours a day thinking about the worldly affairs, which are we going to believe in? We're going to be believing in the world, not in God. The point I'm making is that a lot of us don't spend enough time meditating and being with God to know God's presence in our life, to be able to call upon God with assurance and use the power of God, the law of mind, to create this kingdom on earth that we're here to create. But if we just focus on what's bad, guess what? We get more of what's bad. Listen, power flows towards it, attract, that's to which I give my attention. What am I giving my attention on? What am I getting angry about? Why am I getting angry? What am I hopeful about? Why am I hopeful? There's things in the consciousness of the race that we don't want to deal with. But we need to take a look at them and recognize they aren't the truth. If an idea in mind is not an idea worthy of spirit, not an idea worthy of God, it's not worthy of us. It's not true. It's not true. There's a couple quotes I had for today to start off with. Oh, I got to mention this. There will be no Science of Mind class next Saturday, October the 4th. I know some of you are shocked at that. I've been leading the Science of Mind class on Saturday mornings since June 13th, 2020, with not too many breaks from that, but it's a joy in my heart. But there's a class we've been taking that Dr. Maxine's been teaching called This Thing Called You, one of Dr. Ernest Holmes' early works. And on page 98 it says, there is a divine awareness within you which will lead you upward and onward. Prepare yourself for the ascent, then filling your mental life with spiritual realization. So ours is to create a better experience, not only for ourselves, but for the world. But the way we do that is by using our thought. It's not by necessarily what we do, it's by what we are, and then expressing what we are and what we do. You understand the difference? The quote Dr. Maxine picked for us today is by Krishnamurti. There is no end to education. It is not that you read a book, pass an examination, and finish with education. The whole of life, from the moment that you are born to the moment you die, is a process of learning. One correction. I think once we die, we find out we're just in a continuum. Okay? There is no end. You are eternal now as you will always be. You are immortal now as you will always be. So, I think if we spend time actually applying what our teaching teaches us, doing the things, doing our work, doing our meditation on a regular basis. I mean, I don't know how much you meditate now. I meditate a whole lot more than I used to. I don't know if you know how to meditate. There are people here that will be happy to teach you how to meditate. I don't know if you know how to pray or do spiritual mind treatment, but there's people here that will teach you how to do spiritual mind treatment or prayer. It's not a secret. And the point of it is, there's something in it for you. You create a better world for yourselves and for somebody, everybody else. You help create a better world when you create a better world for yourself. Does that make sense? But get this, if you're just out to create a better world for yourself, doesn't that work that way? Because God knows what's in your heart. I think ultimately God knows what's in your heart. And if you are a person that wants to make a difference in the world, if you want to love and live more fully so that life may be better expressed by you and by everybody else, you will have the opportunity, you will have the chance, you'll be given the way. How many took a language when they were in school? A foreign language. I took a foreign language when I was at school. When I was in middle school, we used to call it junior high back then. I know. Back in junior high, I took Latin. I remember how to conjugate Latin, but that's about it. Didn't use it too much when I got out of school. And then when I was in high school, I took 2 years of German. So today, I know how to find out where the bathroom is, that I'm thirsty, and I want something to eat. Good morning, good evening. That's about it, after 2 years of study. Why? Because I didn't apply what I was supposedly learning. So when you take a class, don't think you've got it down just because you got a certificate to stick up on your wall. Gang, if you're not actually applying it, making use of the principle, demonstrating it, showing up and doing it, getting results, you're not done with the class. And if you're having trouble getting there the way you're doing it, you might be doing it wrong. There's people that'll help you on your pathway to adjust the path. Or maybe you might find out that this particular path isn't for you. You need another path. It's possible. But don't stay stuck. Don't stay stuck. Life will not tolerate your staying stuck. It's going to push you forward one way or another. And we can give direction to that push, or we can get buried by it. I'm in a program. I just celebrated 24 years of recovery from alcohol. Thank you. Yeah. I remember when I've been a minister for some time, and when I first declared I was an alcoholic, I was real embarrassed. It was like, hush, hush. Now I don't mind at all. It was tough at first. But for those of you who are familiar with the 12 steps, do you remember what the 11th step is? To seek through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understand Him. Prayed only for knowledge of His will for us and the power to carry that out. That's the lesson. If you can do that, you've got recovery, you've got everything else. And for those of you that have a hard time or really don't know where to approach God or how to start or embarrassed, I must relate a story. I was raised like some kids in a quote-unquote sort of Christian home. And I believe in a God that could give me what I asked for. And my mom had been ill. She'd been in a couple hospitals. In this last hospital she was in for months. And I thought she was going to die. She almost did. I was about 9 years old. And I remember at that age, you can't go up into the hospital rooms, at least not then. And I remember going into the chapel and praying that God would save my mom. Praying that God would save my mom's life. And I told him that if he did, I would serve him all my life. And here I am. So for those of you who say you can't beg for prayer, nah, you approach God wherever you're at. If you're at the stage, Kingdom 1 consciousness, where things happen to you or for you, do it. And when you're ready for Kingdom 2, when things happen, when you direct how things happen, do it. Wherever you're at with God and God growth and God consciousness, do it. The point of it is, do it. It's like a Nike commercial. Do it. God has special things for you to do, otherwise you wouldn't be here. God has joy, happiness, and fulfillment for each and every one of us, all of us. And if we don't feel good, there's a reason for it. And it might be a physical reason, but oftentimes why we don't feel good is because of that cacophony of stuff that's out in there called race mind that we don't understand. Anybody ever experience an allergy? Did you notice how allergens can get into the house and you get sneezing and stuff like that and you didn't even know about it until you're coughing? The same thing with race mind belief systems. Notice how I changed that, belief system from BS. But we need to be mindful of those belief systems in our life. So by doing daily meditation, doing daily prayer, it's like an antihistamine, anti-allergy to keep that negative stuff from affecting us. Because otherwise, gang, it will. Just like a dish left open on the stove, a dish of milk, and if you don't do anything, stuff will start growing in it you didn't plan to grow. Same way in our consciousness. So, celebrate your life. Celebrate your life. Celebrate the people you're with. And recognize we're all here to love and live more fully. And if we're not loving and living more fully, generally speaking, it's because we're not doing enough meditation and prayer work. Just saying. Try it. Try more than 5 minutes a day. Try more than 10 minutes a day. I'm not saying do 16 hours a day, but do more prayer and meditation. It will make a difference in your life. For sure. It has to. It always does. And think about the world less. And if you do think about the world, and I know you will, choose to see the good. Choose to see the good. Don't believe the stuff you hear out there. Don't judge the people out there. Declare that it's all good. Declare that we have a good political system. Declare that we have a good political government. Declare that we have happiness and health for all. Declare we got food enough for all. Declare that all people have jobs that want jobs. Declare that everyone is equal. Everyone is healthy. Everyone is whole. Now you say, are those real? Your declaring them helps make them become real. Declare what it is that you want to experience in the world, otherwise we will never experience it. You are here. We are here. The world has been waiting for us to come true. Come true to the truth that right where you are, God is. And you have an amazing creative power to create a better world right here and right now. And so it is. Thank you. Whoops.
Yeah, I guess he's done now. I just took his earpiece off.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Reverend Mike. That was awesome. I'm inspired. Now this is the time of our sharing. Our tradition is, if you're here for the first time, then your presence with us is your gift to us. We like to share the abundance of God because there's so much of it, and the more we circulate it, the more there is for everybody. And so whether you give online or through your telephone or the way that I do, thank you. And if you give differently, when Tricia brings not a basket, it's a plate around, just put your hands over it and bless it. That helps it multiply. Okay, so let's say our affirmation together. It's right up there. Ready? I choose to celebrate prosperity. Divine love blesses my gift. It is my acceptance of God as the source of my abundant supply. With joy and gratitude, I share my abundance with this center. In doing so, I am one with the law of circulation. My tithe goes forth to heal, to prosper, and to bless. It returns to me multiplied abundantly, and I am prospered. And so it is. Thank you.
Celebrate my abundance today. By giving this gift, I show my faith. I open my heart, my world becomes a better place. I release all fear as I share gratefully. This love that I give always gives back to me. Knowing my oneness with everything else, I know all that I give to myself. Knowing my oneness with everything else, I know all that I give to myself. I give to myself.
want to thank you again for being here today. Oops.
Thank you. We give thanks for the gifts that are given from the heart so freely. We give thanks for the expansion of our beloved center and for the beautiful life experiences of each and every one of us. And so it is. Okay.
And we give thanks for the bright light you all share with the world, because you make a difference, and so it is.
Yay. Okay, what fun. What a delightful day this has been. Now, we're going to stand if you wish to, and we're going to sing our closing song, which is This Little Light of Mine. It's the last time we sing this in September. We'll get new songs for the next month. By the way, Reverend Mike will be speaking again in 2 weeks. And by the way, next week we're letting Ray have a Sunday off, and you've seen them before, his wonderful friends and brilliant musicians, Randy and Will be here to play for us. Is that great?
Good hands.
So that's good. All right, everybody. And practitioners are here to serve you. If you need a 2-minute, 3-minute miracle, stand up, practitioners, so you can see who you are. Cheryl and Sarah and Joe. Thank you. All right, here we go.
This little light of mine, well, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. I am a light, I'm gonna let it shine. I am a light, and I'm gonna let it shine. I am a light, and I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Yes, now, we are a light, and we're gonna let it shine. We are a light, and we're gonna let it shine. And we are of a light, and we're gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere, shine, let it shine, let it shine. One more time. Everywhere, we're gonna let it shine, gonna let it shine. Everywhere, everywhere.
Thank you all. We've got some refreshments in Fellowship Hall. Come and join us.